Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome to this week's Weekly Energy Boost. My name is Elisheva, and I'm here today with Eitan, and we are talking about lifting with love. How and why to look to the people in our lives, people we know, people we don't know, and how to lift them up. Not only when we're excited, we're in a good mood, and when it feels right to us, but also when we're not in the best place. How do we know when someone needs lifting, and what are the precise steps to doing it from a place that will leave impact not only on their lives, but on our own lives as well? Weekly Energy Boost is a 7-day spiritual weather forecast where we provide our listeners with the most powerful and practical tools to navigate the coming 7 days. We do that by looking through the teachings and tools of Kabbalah and offering up wisdom and tools that will not only help you navigate the potential challenges and gifts of this week, but wisdom and tools that can be used any week of the year, any year of your life. And because we have a specific combination of this week's portion and the holiday of Shavuot, the cosmic window that we have been leading up to since the holiday of Passover, there is a unique window of opportunity that shines throughout the week, not only in that specific window in time, that allows us to connect, as we were talking about last week, not only with our truest essence, but also with the incredible power that we have to make a difference in one another's lives. So, Eitan, when we talk about lifting up others, supporting them, inspiring them, sharing, spreading a little happiness, what does it really mean, spiritually speaking?
I remember many years ago, I came to the U.S., young Kabbalah teacher. I didn't learn how to become a teacher. And I found myself insecure when I was sent in various centers to try to help people. I didn't study enough to teach anybody. I hardly knew English. I didn't feel I'm capable to lift people, to support people. I just moved from Israel to the US. And I remember Karen Berg, my teacher, said, stop thinking about what you know and what you don't know and how capable you are. The mere fact that you're connecting with people with desire just to make their life a little better, just by being present with them, by listening to them, by have desire and believing that you can lift them a little bit, that will make the difference. And for me, that's one of the biggest secrets of the center and my spiritual growth and what we're offering in the center. You don't have to be first expert. The mere fact that you have a desire to make another person's life a little better, a little smile, a little comfort, a little bit more care, you're bonding with their soul. And every time we are bonding with someone else's soul, because we truly care to lift them and they care to lift us, you connect to the true essence of who you are. As you mentioned, Elisheva, Shavuot is this week. It's actually those who are watching this morning, Sunday, tonight is Shavuot. What does Shavuot represent? That is the one time ever that we connected to our true essence and the totality of the light of the Creator was revealed. We were limitless. And what made it limitless? We were as one, holding each other with a desire to lift each other. Imagine that 10 times a day, I'm not saying all day long, 10 times a day, you're putting alarm set in your phone, 10 times a day, you're just pausing and telling yourself, how can I lift someone now without agenda? Yeah, but I myself feel I need a lift. Forget about it. Right now, in this present moment, embrace your challenge. Pause and embrace your own challenge and your own difficulty. But then, how can I lift someone else's energy? A phone call? A smile? A stranger? In the airplane, when you're flying, helping somebody with a suitcase? with kindness. Call someone that you just realized they told you they needed in pain. They're going through some difficulties. There's so many ways if you just pause and how can I lift someone's energy? It doesn't have to be spiritual. It doesn't mean to preaching. Adding positivity to their life that is not coming from lack and from pleasing, and I want them to like me. At the end of the day, you want to know really what is our true essence? Desire to help and to lift others. You don't have to be ready for that. You don't have to take a course for that. You don't have to have endless wisdom for that.
It's funny, as you were talking, I was thinking about myself when I first came to study Kabbalah. Within a relatively short time, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a part of making this wisdom and these tools accessible to the world. And I was still in school, and I decided I'm going to get a job and learn about the real world before I get to be involved with Kabbalah full time. So I worked in a restaurant, and it was a takeout place. It wasn't a nice sit down, have an enjoyable experience. People called. It was before the internet. They called on the phone. They placed an order. They picked it up. So I decided that my time, however long I was going to be there, was going to be a workshop. Every day that I was going to go to work, it was going to be my opportunity to live the concepts that I'm learning at the Kabbalah Center. Every class, I said, okay, tonight I'm going to work. I'm going to practice this principle. And it was like I drew a lot of strength and inspiration and excitement to show up every day and be the light. That was my mission there, be the light. So one day someone called the restaurant and said, I said, how can I help you? And they said, are you the one who smiles? And I realized that my effort was, I don't know if it was working always 100%, but the fact that someone recognized that my smile stood out among the staff in this place, it was such a lesson for me, right? It wasn't even about, I wasn't there to teach Kabbalah. I wasn't there to change the world. I just said, if I can be the light for the 4 hours that I'm there, the 8 hours that I'm there, and make someone's day better, that's worth everything. And what you said before, Eitan, that you don't have to be an expert, there isn't a special training, I find it's actually the opposite. That you said that, let's say you're at on an airplane and you can help someone with their bag, whatever it is. Sometimes I even see it, and especially when I travel, I observe, I like to people watch. You see that there's someone that comes by and says, can I help you? And the person says, no, thanks, I'm okay. But then the second person comes by and says, can I help you? And the other person says, you know what, I would love that. Why does the second person get the opportunity and not the first? It's not random. There is really a beautiful synchronicity that takes place behind the scenes that allows us, if we're looking for it, if our eyes are open and that's our desire, to identify, to connect with people that are uniquely destined to be lifted by us. And just a few weeks ago, we had a class with Michael Berg about reincarnation and the launch of a book we have, The Gate of Reincarnations. And one of the things he shared there that was so powerful to me that I feel is at the core of what we're sharing today is that there are certain people that certain souls that our soul has been connected to through lifetimes. And they're literally depending on us for inspiration, connection, meaning, right? We're part of the building blocks that help them create their life. And to be in that mindset, to be aware and alert and looking for who can I help, who needs a smile, who needs, and by the way, I should say, this is not something that you should walk around doing from a place of fakeness, right? If somebody does a terrible job at something, don't walk up to them and tell them, oh, you were amazing. We're not talking about that. Right? Because there's a whole category of evil speech that is false flattery. It's not about lying for the sake of making someone feel more elevated, let's say. The goal is to look for the opportunities to support, share kindness with. I really like the word elevate because it simply means taking someone from where they're at and lifting them up a bit. Doesn't need to be lifting them up completely. You don't have to solve all of their problems, but helping them feel a little bit closer to the light is all it takes. And when you put that mindset, when you, and hopefully everybody this week will be able to do that at least those 10 times a day, find someone to send a text to, find someone to call, tell the receptionist at the building that you just walked into to have a nice day, or the looking for those opportunities definitely attracts them. But I think even more important on a soul level, there are certain people in the world that are waiting for us to say a kind word, to share with them a positive message, to uplift them. And they've been coming lifetimes to connect with us. Who are those people? Are we consciously asking the universe to send them to us, and for us to be aware when we cross paths with them to make that connection?
Beautiful. I remember talking, many conversation with people. Yeah, I want to share, but people around me don't want to receive my help, my support, my elevation. There's a spiritual rule. How do you create someone that wants to receive your help? Marketing? Convincing? Let's learn from the Creator. What was the original desire that the Creator had that created within us the willingness and the desire to receive the light from the Creator? Desire to give. When you have the genuine desire to give, to help, to add value to whoever you're supposed to, you'll be amazed. You'll create people who really wants to receive what you want to give. Maybe not the right person that you just approached, but if you come from a genuine desire to live, to elevate, it's between you and the Creator, not because you need someone to say yes. Trust me. People will want to receive. That's number one. Another point I wanted to share, and you mentioned Michael Berg's limud about reincarnation. Michael Berg spoke about a concept called Ibur. It's a deep Kabbalistic concept that there are souls above, the constant that finished their tikkun already, righteous souls, that constantly trying to help us, to lift us, to support us, to make easier the tikkun process, the transformational process in this world. Number one, once a day at least, we need to ask the Creator and the elevated souls, please, I need support and lifting. And here how it works. When I am actually open to receive support, but during the day I'm present as much as possible, at least 10 times a day, how can I lift someone? You just open yourself to be lifted by forces from above. That's the chain of souls. That's the oneness of souls. One lift the other. None of us are just a teacher. None of us just a student. We are students and we are teachers. We are givers and the receivers. And that's how the beautiful harmony, that's what the light of Shavuot is about, is the beautiful harmony. There's no ego. I'm better than you. I'm going to lift you. You're just going to receive from me. We all supposed to lift each other. Look at a healthy marriage. Look at that healthy, true partnership. There's real awareness. I can add value here. I can receive so much there. There's no ego about I'm helping you because I know that's part of my gift. And there's no humiliation. Wow, I'm less than you. You are helping me. No. We are all here to lift each other, and we are all here to be lifted. That's the energy. Elevation. Allow to be elevated and help others to be elevated.
I think that what you said is actually the key. to making this not only a practice for this week, but a practice for all time, is the realization that there's so much that we don't see. That especially when you go to help that person with their luggage, or, you smile to the person at the drive-thru, whatever it is, you don't know who the soul is that's waiting for you. You don't know what you putting aside your stress and your worry and your frustration to be there and present for someone else. You don't know what support that's going to unlock for you. And, I've shared in previous episodes that when I wake up in the morning, one of the things I try to remember to think about is as soon as possible after I open my eyes is, I can't wait to see what the light has in store for me today. Being curious, making sure that at the seat of my day, I am looking for those people, for those opportunities, for the things that we know that there's no coincidences, but many times we pass off moments as it wasn't meaningful, or that was just, it just happened. Nothing just happens. The reality is, according to that teaching, by me making that time, putting aside my worries and my frustration and the mess that just happened the other day, to listen to, what do you have planned for this weekend? Or what are you excited about? And letting them, being interested in them. I think even lifting someone up is just showing interest and care. The technicalities, the words that come from your mouth or how you respond, it's secondary to just being there. How that can unlock divine support and guidance for us makes being there for others super exciting. Like, I can't wait to see who crosses my path today that will help me unlock something that my future self needs. And being in that mindset, and I think the key word is practice, because you can get super excited about it and do it today and tomorrow. But to really ask for the support, and maybe it is as simple as setting an alarm on your phone, to really make it a habit of stopping and being there multiple times a day for someone, a moment, 2 moments, 3 moments, it's a game changer. I want to end today's episode with something from Karen Berg. But before I do, Eitan, last thoughts you want to share with us for the week?
Yes, the last thought, I just want to reiterate what we spoke before, because that's a major secret. The driving desire for all of us all day long, I want to receive. I want to get rid of this problem. I want to eliminate this lack. I want to feel better. I want to get rid of this spiritual issue. I want. The secret of life is more moments during the day. We are focusing, in spite of all my needs and my want. Yes, I want them, but I'm putting them aside right now. How can I desire to lift someone genuinely. When you do that, magic happens. The Creator takes care of your needs and wants.
So powerful, so exciting. I can't wait to see how we make this huge collective shift this week, and it really creates lasting impact, lasting waves for everyone, for all of our lives. Thank you for that. I wanted to share something. We haven't done it in a while, but Karen Berg has articles on Kabbalah.com from years of writing and sharing different wisdom for us. And there's an article we can also, I can put it in the show comments for you to read the full article. But Karen ends the article like this, talking both about this week's portion and the energy of Shavuot. The light available to us this week connects us to the energy that was revealed on Mount Sinai when death was eliminated. Imagine never saying goodbye to a loved one. Imagine the enjoyment and blessings of life never coming to an end. Imagine enjoying lifetimes of endless good health and vitality. This great promise comes from the Creator and is indeed our future and destiny. But this week we can have a taste of that reality. If we are only open to making the effort and flipping that switch on and being a channel for this light, we can go back to the future and bring it to the here and now. We are willing to receive for the sake of becoming a being of sharing. Turning on the light in our lives does not necessarily take much. How often do we bypass a coworker who looks like they're in hard times simply because we may be too busy? Could we stop our day just for a moment and say hello and offer a smile? Do we ever find ourselves so involved in our own lives that we do not allow ourselves to feel the happiness and joy for other people? Are we open to taking a minute to stop and feel for another person's joy and wish them well? Being happy for others costs us nothing, yet it yields us so much in return. Actions of loving kindness are what flip the light switches in our own lives. Then, when we channel the light for the sake of others, it is we who experiences that light. By giving, we automatically and instantly receive. This week in your meditation, we travel with the speed of light. In the morning's new dawn, meditate on the sun's light making its journey around the world. Every moment throughout the day, darkness disappears as the light illuminates the earth. Every minute, the sun is rising somewhere on earth as it travels that 186,000 miles per second across the globe. Take yourself there and travel with it. Within an instant, forests, valleys, caverns, and darkened cities are lit. Let this same light enter your life, offering love, solutions, miracles, and bringing an end to conflicts. All that is required of us to access the light of the Creator is to let it in. If we can find the space in our hearts to love each other a little more, we can, at last, bring the totality of the light of the Creator to this world and remove every dark corner in it. It's a beautiful way to end this week's episode, and I look forward to hearing from all of you how this daily practice literally creates light waves in your life. Weekly Energy Boost is available on all podcast platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can follow us there to receive additional content, and you can also visit our website, weeklyenergyboost.com, where you can find the things we think are important for our listeners to know about, as well as our archives, a way to reach out to us and send us a message, and a donate button that you can click to support the production of this podcast. But as always, the real light, the real opportunity to share and make a difference lies in sharing this week's episode. If enough of us are out there making the effort to lift one another up, as Karen Berg said, it will truly light up every corner of the earth. And we'll see you next week on the Weekly Energy Boost.